What happened, Prabhu? Is everything fine? Are you good, Prabhu? Have some water, Prabhu, now.
I saw a terrible nightmare. I saw my worst hostel days. Oh, Krishna. Thanks for saving me. Thanks a lot.
But what did you see, Prabhu?
This is what I saw. My first day of college. Lush green parks, pretty new faces, welcoming smiles, the best college campus. Until this happened. It was at this moment I realized not every smiling face was welcoming. Some seniors from the school started to bully and misbehave with me. They started to treat me disrespectfully. They made me do many undesirable things. Things that are humiliating. It wasn't just this. I thought my birthday celebrations would be filled with festivity and grandeur, but instead my colleagues started beating me, kicking me, and throwing me in the air. Okay, let's move on. The hostel college room. At least I expected a clean room with good studious friends. But it was a horrible experience. The sign on the door itself looked like the gateway to hell, and inside was even worse. Well, I accepted that my room is going to be like this. But after some days, my seniors came in. They were really noisy and rowdy. They were laughing and they stunk. They had some things in their hands and they were giggling all the time. I realized that I can't sleep, so I woke up and I found them in my room. They were giving me some gifts. These gifts were drugs, alcohol. They peer pressured me into taking these items. I realized these are not my friends. But after some time, their peer pressure started to work. They were laughing and I wanted to laugh. So I made friends with them. And I agreed to take some things sometimes. But at first, I didn't like it at all. After some time, I got used to these things and I slowly became addicted. I wanted to be one of them, and I felt it was cool. And keeping the bottles aside, now for the most exciting days of my hostel life. I fell in love. Finally the day came when I could ask the love of my life to be mine. She was unlike others, and I came to her with a rose to ask her to be mine. And she accepted. She was glittery in the eyes, charming in the face, and her cuteness was overloaded. She sent a flying kiss and accepted my request. It was her who made my life perfect. Every day I used to speak to her on the phone. 24 hours of the day would go into her. But my money would also go into her. My time, my effort, everything used to be hers. And I couldn't study. I became lazy and I felt like this is all I needed in my life. Until this day. She called me suddenly and she said, "It can't work out." She said that she's found someone else. Oh, why me? Why me? I was thinking. This was the most depressing moment of my life. Everything I had given her, she has ripped up. I've never felt more low in my life than this time. I didn't know what to do. There was nothing else I needed to do. She was everything for me. My first love letter she gave me, I stuck on my wall and I kept reading it every day. I couldn't stop remembering her. This led me to the addiction of pornography. All night I used to be on the phone, frustrated and trying to get some release somewhere, somehow. These distractions lasted for months, but the day of my examination, which was scheduled at 10, I was still sleeping at 9:50. My friend came in bursting and told me, "Akshay, your exam is here." I didn't prepare anything, but I had to get ready. I put my stuff together and started thinking, I'll just give the exam as it is. There was no choice. I got addicted to video games after the exam. But my friend, who got the best grades, he came in and he told me, "Akshay, you failed in every subject and you have to repeat the entire year." I couldn't believe this. But I realized he's telling the truth. I didn't know what to do, what to think. I saw the report card and I realized, this is it, I failed. The bullying, drugs, alcohol, not good friends. Even my girlfriend broke up with me. I couldn't stand anything. My exam failed, nothing left to live for. I decided to give everything up. Even at this moment, I was disturbed by knocking on my door. Who could it be? So I opened the door and it was you, Prabhu. You stopped me from doing this. You helped me so much. You sat me down. You gave me time, care and attention. You realized my situation. You counseled me. You mentored me. I never felt this in my life. I was only disturbed in this hostel. Then you understood that I needed something bigger. You gave me the Bhagavad Gita, the highest knowledge. It looked pretty ancient at first, some traditional book, so I didn't really like it. But I realized after some time there must be some hope in spirituality. I saw Krishna's picture and I decided, let's give it a shot. I felt like I'd known you before, or that you were like my friend from my past life. You encouraged me, you cleared my doubts. I decided at this moment, I'll read Bhagavad Gita. Realizing everything after a few days, it opened my eyes to the truth. And I got a second chance. A while later, I started building new habits. Really nice habits, like putting on tilak and reading Bhagavad Gita every day, even chanting Hare Krishna. All my questions were answered. I realized how much of a big mistake I made in my life. What karma is, what time is, who God is, what the jiva is, how to solve problems in my life. The people who surrounded me, especially my counselor, he gave me so much time and attention. He realized that I was living the life of Ajamil, so he gave me the Second Chance book. He spent time with me often, and I asked him so many questions. He taught me so much about life I just didn't realize. I felt like he was my older brother. In fact, I felt like all these devotees of Krishna were my elder brother, that I had a big family, and that I was part of something wonderful and spiritual. I felt uplifted, I felt taken care of, I felt happy. My counselor made me understand what to do in life, what is the purpose of life. He helped me understand why am I here, what happens after death. He also helped me to realize my potential in the future. So much inspiration he used to give me. I started chanting, but now the mantra meditation felt different. I started committing to chanting 4 rounds and 5 rounds every day, and I kept increasing. This cleansed my mind and it made me feel closer to God. My intelligence was growing and I was feeling less lazy in my life. So many good habits started to kick in. In the last hostel, I felt terrible. I didn't have good facility, there was bad smell, there was bad noise, people didn't have good habits. But here, there's facility, everything is clean. We even have study marathons. I was happier to study in this environment because my friends were also serious. And guess what? I was topper in the last semester. My future seemed like it was in good hands. I felt confident. I started getting good internships and I started getting great grades. I was happy at this moment. At this moment I shifted to the voice, and for the first time I saw the deities of Radha Vrindavan Chandra, and they looked so beautiful, so amazing. I started attending the weekly programs. I started making so many nice friends. Attending the lectures was one of the best experiences. I never received this knowledge in my schools. Even from childhood, this knowledge was never found about the creation, about such subtle topics that the Vedic literatures expose. Here I was exposed to such a wonderful culture, which is actually part of our original Vedic tradition, waking up early in the morning and singing before the Lord. Modern day civilization has blurred out our roots, but now I am proudly practicing. Oh, did you say music? This I never expected. Spiritual life is fun, so fun that we're dancing around in circles, and I never experienced such joy in my life. Usually I only saw people dancing in parties and clubs after they get extremely drunk, but without any kind of intoxication or any kind of influence. We're having more fun than I could ever imagine. Especially with boys. I never had such good experiences making such nice brothers and relationships. I used to go to the temple when I was a child and have prasad. But the way they make prasad here is unbelievable. It's tasty and healthy and it gives us bliss. We're eating together. Here we also have scriptural group discussions where we have maybe some debates and we're talking to each other about the philosophy. We have great association, and here they teach wonderful discipline and habits to make a successful future. This has been the best experience, and everything makes so much sense now. This voice life is the best. Thank you so much for helping me, Prabhu. This nightmare has made me very much grateful in my life. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.